see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on last year's national champion, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. Out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Auburn's offense has the ball first today. And what a performance, an aerial show from... in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was singing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to turning it on.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as this offense continues to show great patience.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hope. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He's going to be a little short. It'll be... down from the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Marshall will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Wants to go up top on first down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. The corners are walked up tight. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Oh, he's got some space. Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your...
Out of space. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Auburn. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Looking for the tie with the extra point. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Singletary. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They'll go back to work on offense. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To the air on second down. And down he goes back with the 3.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Got room to work. There he goes. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Working that left side now. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wants to keep it in the air. Snagged out of the air. Pushed down for the tackle. Auburn lines up quickly. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. He's got it on the run. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll go to the counter play. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. This guy has a daring punt return, man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So here comes the Auburn offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. Makes the grab down the middle. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7.
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Marshall will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. He might want another play. To the air on 1st down. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. He has been unstoppable. The
so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley, probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the returner will be knocked down. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking downfield on first down. Working the middle, it's complete.
I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Might be changing the route. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. He's got him. Ball down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Bring in the heat. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
And he's brought down after a nice game. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now from inside the red zone. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Tiger! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Big-time rivalry game in the great state of Iowa today. Iowa and Iowa State. Here is the very latest. Iowa was able to finish off a close one in Iowa City today. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. All that speculation all week, and now we know. And something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Wide receiver going in motion. Power football with the run. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Marshall needs a near miracle on this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab. It's Hope. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Marshall will be forced to punt. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense in an empty set. He's looking to throw. Going deep. Brings it in down the left side. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
Pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Auburn. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great. Putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 35. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Quickly complete. Touchdown, Marshall! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half, when you got to have it. Execution has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Lost, the defense is wide open. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. that's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They punted away on fourth down. Wants to return it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. So here comes the Auburn offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working that left side. It's a seam wide open at the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Quarterback making adjustments. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking for the goal line. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on second and goal. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Coming out with it, it's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. Marshall will be forced to punt. Hauls it in at the 40. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
He'll bring it out. It's Singletary. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive and that can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's two thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up close to their own end zone.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Touchdown, Tiger! A great catch and run for 6.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Rides the back and leaves it.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them. Because
he puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. That's the kind of play that can really get you going, as they have a first down at the 43. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Complete. Turning on the Jets. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Operating in the red zone here on second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls off.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. He's got it and still on his feet. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown, Tiger! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go.
Just missed his man, gave him. A little too much. Marshall will be forced to punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in at the 40. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient.
Grabs it inside the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Wide receiver's going to get a shot at it on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got 2nd and goal. Boom. Create that negative play. Now they got 3rd and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be...
And give him another 6. Grabs him for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe he's something.
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Marshall will be forced to punt. He's got it. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So here comes the Auburn offense. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they were able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
They dialed up the perfect call. Splendid execution. Now they've got it. Threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Flies it out of the air. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. On 1st and 10. Trying to strike from the 15. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the red zone. Looking for a man. He wants it all. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Marshall, 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. Marshall will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Here's the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're